Greetings, guys. This is Clarissa Schmall again with the last series of the resume or how to build a resume series. So I promised to talk to you about the life statement or vita, as it is sometimes called, today, and that'll wrap up uh, our time together on this. But always know that you can email me here at Johnson County High School at cschmall@jocoed.net. So what you can see on this screen right here is my last resume, if you will. And it has, as you can see up at the top, my name. And instead of the word resume, it has curriculum vitae because that's a very specific title for in education when you're applying for a job in the education department. And then you'll see my personal information there, as well as the email that I just shared with you. And then you see my education philosophy. So this is what I'm calling your vita. This is the paragraph that you would write. And as you can see, when I scroll down, make sure that you're seeing this. You are, okay. When I scroll down, you can see that this is my resume. So you'll see that my education category, you'll see additional professional experience and committees that I was on, grants that I helped write, awards, professional workshops that I hosted, and then there are my references. You'll recognize some of those names, I'm sure. So some people, after they write their life statement, which we're going to talk about in a second, they put it right here. So after the personal information and before the career / work objective, they'll pop it in right there. And then it usually works out, you can space it to where it becomes the cover. So your personal information at the top and then your paragraph. And then on the second page is the list of the things that we've been talking about in prior sessions. So mine basically says, whatever it takes. That is my educational motto. As a veteran classroom teacher, I find new answers to that motto every day. For one student, it might take attending an extracurricular event or making a home visit. For another, it might mean providing one-to-one tutoring before school or the chance to resubmit an assignment until the student and I deem it ready. Several years ago, I found myself answering a call to help other teachers in this, the greatest profession of all time, find their own answers to whatever it takes in order to provide success for their students. Having worked as a high school English teacher, an ILT coordinator, a secondary curriculum specialist, and a national board certification support provider, and the student services director for Watauga County Schools, I have developed professionally and personally. I know current teachers' concerns at local, statewide, and national levels from having lived them and from attending numerous conferences such as the Distinguished Teacher Forum in Raleigh and the Curriculum and School Reform Conference in Washington, D.C. But after serving in those support roles, I longed to go back where the work matters the most, in the classroom. Finding no English high school positions available in Watauga, which is where I live, I looked outside my hometown area and found an opportunity in Tennessee. One day in, I knew I had made the right decision. Providing opportunity for success to all students is still the most exciting, challenging, and rewarding job in education. However, after teaching in Johnson County for 7 rewarding years, I'm excited to apply for an administrative role where I might offer support to district leaders and teachers in order to positively affect student growth all over the place. I would be honored to accept this challenge as it would demonstrate my commitment to lifelong learning. If offered the position, I will, and then I listed 5 bullets of specific things that I would intend to do, such as develop content, such as model lessons, content exercises, and training session materials, etc., etc. So this is the last time I updated my resume. I was applying for an assistant position here at Johnson County High School. I did not get that position, so I was rewarded to stay in the classroom where it matters most for a couple more years before retiring and serving as an instructional coach, which is my current job. So, like I said on the last video, it's a little snapshot of your heart, if you will, of your passion, of why it is you want to do what you did, of how you got to this place, of wanting this next step, wanting to make this next step. So what I'd like to do is stop looking at this particular document and switch over to this one. So when I would read my Vita to my students, they would roll their eyes and they would say, "Mrs. Schmall, like, that's cool and all, but we've never been anywhere. We've never done anything. We don't have those things that we could list. So you got to back the truck up and tell us, give us an example that's more easier to follow for someone with much less experience than you have." And that was a valid concern, right? So the first thing I did is I broke up my text. And in the blue words, what you'll see is direction. So whatever it takes, this is my educational motto. And then in blue, begin with a quote or a motto, a belief, or an anecdote, a little short story about, and something that matters to you, something that's significant in your life. And then the paragraph about, as a veteran teacher, I find a new answer to that motto every day. And then I specifically talk about how it might be this for one student and something else for another. And then I put, explain how you live that quote. How do you put in practice whatever it takes? How do you put in practice what you got out of that story you're getting ready to tell? And then the third paragraph, several years ago, I found myself answering a call to help other teachers. Tell your reader where you have been and what you have been doing to get closer to your goals. So one student, for example, took a lifetime of having to be careful about what she ate because of a specific disease that she had, and turned that into wanting to help others. So what did she do? She wanted a career in nutrition, and that's exactly what she's doing today. In the fourth paragraph, having worked as a high school English teacher, blah, 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 I have developed professionally and personally. What specific undertakings or experiences have prepared you for your goal or given you insight into your career objective? Courses you've taken, mission trips you've been on, blood drives you've helped with, competitions, leadership opportunities, organizations you belong to, community service you've done, etc. And then the paragraph that starts with, I know current teacher concerns. Show off your background experiences. If you don't have any, you can leave that sentence out, but show off any background experience or future intentions that have made you or will make you more aware of the aspects of your specific area of interest. And then finally, but after serving in these roles, here's what I'd like to do now. Explain why you are seeking entrance, like to college or acceptance in the way of employment. And what are the unique aspects of this particular institution, wherever you're applying, or employment opportunity that have piqued your interest and aligned with your goals? So do a little research and find out, what this particular organization. So for me, it was looking at, when I came from Watauga to look for this original teacher's position. For me, it was looking at uh, their success. So their Tennessee report card, if you will. So test scores and um, ethnicities that were here, and the rules for teachers and students handbook type thing, and the grading scale. And so going into an interview, were I lucky enough to get one, which praise the Lord I was, um, I had some reasons why I was choosing this school. Um, so, and then I listed a few excellent phrases to consider incorporating. Um, and these were taken from the most desired soft skills for 2020. Um, so, lifelong learner, you heard that in my Vita. Greater good, self motivated, problem solver, community contributor, adaptability. We've all needed that since 2020, right? Adept communicator, inspire others, team player, work ethic, initiative, and accountability. Work those words into your resume. And then here's a Vita from a past graduate from Johnson County High School. I'm asking you to please respect this student's privacy and not ask me via email whose it was, but unless it's yours, and then I will tell you. But this person said, growing up, I was always taught to strive to achieve my goals. Although there have been many uncertainties already faced on this path towards my future, my career choice has never been one of them. I have always wanted to become a registered nurse. There has been an abundance of influences on my career choice, two of the most significant being my parents and the health science mentors in high school. My education offered multiple certification courses, one of which has allowed me to earn my certified nursing assistant license to better my understanding of the healthcare field. Earning my CNA has provided me the opportunity of employment close to home and real experiences in a medical atmosphere to advance my nursing capabilities. Growing up in a small, close-knit community has given me multiple opportunities I would not have been given otherwise. Because of this, I feel drawn to return to my community, to give back. It's another buzzword that should be up there on the blue ones. Once I have received my bachelor's degree in nursing, I plan to find a job within Johnson County to relay knowledge and experiences to a new generation. With a growing population and an increase in life expectancy, healthcare workers are constantly needed to give care, little did this person know, and supply information on healthy lifestyle habits in rural areas such as ours. Having experience as a local and having the education needed to share medical knowledge are critical advantages I will have when returning home. And that's something else I wanted to mention is it's very hard to give yourself a shout out, but that's exactly how this student chose to end the Vita, with what advantages the employer would have, or the college in this case would have, in choosing this person over someone else. And that's always a good thing. So there you have it. That is the cover letter / Vita that I strongly encourage you to include, because it's the only way that someone can hear your voice before the interview. And so the resume is typically the first step. They want to see you on paper, and then only the ones that are actually granted an interview. Let me say that a different way. there are very few out of the stack of resumes that actually get granted an interview, right? So you want yours to be neat. You want it to be consistent. You don't want it to be confusing with abbreviations and acronyms nobody is sure of. Um, you want to have your voice heard. You want to say, "I'm the best choice, guys. I'm it. I am your best choice." It's okay to be um, to be confident. It's not okay uh, to be cocky, but and I get that there's a fine line, but be proud of who you are and what experiences you bring to the table. And I have really enjoyed sharing the ins and outs of building a resume with you. I hope that you're successful in whatever dreams you're following, and God bless.